Rock the body, 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 body.
In late 2007, a group of skaters from Arizona Roller Derby on the Bruisers' home team wanted to have more autonomy to plan their own events and to promote their own team. They formed a separate corporate entity, Arizona Bruisers, LLC. AZRD, which was going through some of its own serious drama where it came to leadership, said no. Instead, they threatened the skaters with expulsion from the league unless they dissolved their corporation. The Bruiser skaters didn't do that, and they were expelled. The skaters, now independent, did call their team the Arizona Bruisers. This caused protests not just from AZRD, but also from the Brew City Bruisers in Milwaukee. For years, Brew City and AZRD had agreed that the Bruisers name could be used for AZRD's home team in Arizona. AZRD did not give up on the Bruisers name. Instead, they formed a new Bruisers mashup team that played the Bad News Beaters on February 2, 2008. The mashup team was captained by league founder Ivana Spankin. Because there were two Arizona teams named Bruisers, Michi-chan Roller Sports had to differentiate them as the Arizona Bruisers and the AZRD Bruisers. The split-off Arizona Bruisers would play two scrimmages. In January of 2008, they played Tucson Roller Derby's Copper Queens, the bout that's featured in this episode. Then in February of 2008, they played a mashup team from Duke City Derby as part of Michi-chan's Arizona Derby Love Weekend. On the day after the Duke City scrimmage, the team officially changed their name to the Phoenix City Rollers. After these two scrimmages, there was more drama that ensued, resulting in the dissolution of the entire league. Some skaters went to Arizona Derby Dames, one went to Tucson Roller Derby. Overall, the Arizona Bruisers / Phoenix City Rollers lasted a total of 108 days. This bout with the Copper Queens was played at Casey at the Bat, the same venue that AZRD played at the time. Tucson brought up a short roster for this bout, and if you throw the drama to the side, just throw it to the side, and just pay attention to this game, you will find it to be a very fundamental, classic modern game that's played under the early Wifter rules. Because there's no loud crowd, no house track announcer, you can actually hear what's being said on the track, even despite my play calling. If your league is ever considering doing a special classic bout, this scrimmage can be seen as a great demonstration of the WFTDA game at the time. Now, of course, Michi-chan Sports can consult your league about the game. Get in touch with me if you want to do one of these. I would love to talk to you and work with you on how to make it happen. Due to a scoreboard operator error in the first half, and the rink being needed for an evening AZRD bout between the Brawl Arenas and the Surly Girlies, which was rained out earlier that month, the first half was played as a 30-minute period, and the second period was only 20 minutes. Unfortunately, Derby drama started the Arizona Bruisers, and drama led to its demise. This kind of drama was a reality in the early days. This was the fourth league split for AZRD, and there has not been one since. With that, let's take a look at the Arizona Bruisers, aka the Phoenix City Rollers, as they take on the Copper Queens from Tucson Roller Derby. But first, here are some things you need to know about Michi-chan's Raw Derby. Michi-chan's Raw Derby is a journey into the early days of the modern resurgence of flat track roller derby by highlighting how the game was played in Arizona, the second birthplace of modern roller derby. From 2007 to 2009, I produced 7 long-form video shows, first called the Arizona Derby Report and then later Michi-chan's Real Derby. Think of these programs like Sports Center, but for derby. They featured news, scores, standings, as well as highlight reels on the various roller derby bouts that were played in Phoenix and Tucson at the time. These highlight reels ran about 5 to 7 minutes in order to not just capture the highlighted moments of the game, but to also reflect the human element of the skaters and the fans. Michi-chan's Raw Derby takes those bouts where most or all of the gameplay was recorded and now presents them in their entirety, jam by jam. While you're used to seeing recent roller derby coverage on live streams and YouTube with camera angles at elevated positions, the Michi-chan way was much different. I'm not interested in the positioning of the skaters. I'm interested in the human side of the sport and capturing the action from the floor where the action was happening, not from the grandstands. Likewise, since our coverage at the time was intended mainly for highlight reels and not for full bout coverage, you should not expect a well-polished presentation of the game. Since I used a handheld camera and did not always use a tripod, you should expect the camera to shake at times, be out of focus, and to experience immediate shifting to other parts of the track, including the areas where action is not happening in anticipation for something to eventually happen. You will also hear my remarks, my calls of encouragement, score and time checks, as well as other things that you may not expect in roller derby coverage that's commonly seen today. Like I said, this is as raw can get. But if you can see past all this, you will experience for the first time what Arizona Derby lovers experienced in those early years. A time when fans were closer to the game and more involved. A time when skaters had more freedom to express themselves through their individual character. And a peek into how the game was originally played before it evolved into different styles based on national association. This is our state. This is our derby. This is Michi-chan's Raw Derby.
Yeah. All right. I want more derby. Yeah. All right. Oh God, these batteries are already giving me a hard time already. Jesus Louise.
All right, count of 3. I want more derby. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I want more derby.
Okay, let's try it again. That was kind of weak. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
I want more derby.
I want more derby. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I want more derby.
Cool. That was 2. No, I'm just kidding.
We can
Let's shoot at least one more of these. Count of 3.
I want more derby.
I want more derby. 1, 2, 3.
I want more derby.
Perfect. You guys are way better than Bruisers.
I tell you, there's something about Tucson. I tell you. Get back in the jam. There you go.
Let's talk about the leaks for this scrimmage. The Phoenix City Rollers was formed in late 2007 as a result of a split from Arizona Roller Derby. Most of the skaters that made up this team were from AZRD's Bruisers home team. The Bruisers had differences with the leadership and direction of AZRD at the time. Facing expulsion from the league, these skaters split from AZRD and formed the Arizona Bruisers. More information about the drama that led to this league split can be found in episode 3 of the Arizona Derby Report, available at the Michi-chan Sports YouTube channel. After 2 scrimmages, including this one and one against Duke City, the Phoenix City Rollers would disband, with some skaters going to Arizona Derby Dames and to Tucson Roller Derby. The Copper Queens were a home team of Tucson Roller Derby. TRD was founded in 2003 and a split from AZRD on more friendlier terms. Before the 2020 crud, TRD was larger than life. TRD would eventually resurface as a shadow of its old self, but they are slowly rebuilding. TRD has an A-level travel team, the Javelina Havoc, and there is a B and C level team. TRD currently has no permanent venue. For more information on TRD, visit the Tucson Roller Derby Facebook page and TucsonRollerDerby.org. Now let's talk about today's scrimmage. The Arizona Bruisers in red will bout against the Copper Queens in green. This scrimmage was held at Casey at the Bat at 40th Street and Union Hills in Phoenix. This is a classic modern game under the WFTDA 2.1.1 rule set with 2 whistle starts, the Grand Slam rule, and the lead jammer is the first one to cleanly break the pack. Because of a scoreboard operator error and due to time constraints for an upcoming AZRD bout, the first period was 30 minutes and the second was 20. The AZRD bout later that night would be the Brawlerinas versus the Surly Girlies, rescheduled from January 5th, which was rained out. This bout is being considered as a candidate for Season 2 of Michi-chan's Raw Derby. This scrimmage was recorded in 4:3 aspect ratio and we had the scoreboard in the shot. Therefore, we have full score and time checks. We were in turn 4 but also had access to turn 3 with no tripod. All jams were recorded. This bout has full Michi play calling and there was no house announcer. With minimal crowd noise, this scrimmage was an excellent demonstration of the fundamentals of classic modern derby. So with that, let's enjoy the Arizona Bruisers taking on the TRD Copper Queens. Coming up right now.
All right, let's jam. We got cheap ore for the Copper Queens. And starting off, Helen Wheels. There goes the pack. And there go your jammers. Helen Wheels making her way through the pack on the inside, but here comes Cheap Ore. Here comes Cheap Ore. Cheap Ore is going to break here. TNT giving her a little resistance there. As she goes on the outside, whips through, and she's not the lead jammer. Cheap Ore is now in a position to score. Helen Wheels still trying to make her way through. Getting a little assist there from TNT. And what happened to... And there she goes. And Helen has broke the pack. No lead jammer. This jam is going to go for the full 2. Cheap Ore on the outside, and she makes it through for 4. That's Cheap Ore through with 4. Meanwhile, here comes Helen Wheels trying to make her way through. A little assist there by Miss Nasty. And she's almost through. Getting a little resistance there. Helen Wheels trying to make her way through the outside. A little push by Dirty Terry there. Getting a lot of resistance from this Copper Queens pack. And that's Helen Wheels. Making her way through. Cheap Ore already with 8 points in this jam. First jam, and she's already got 8. And that's the jam. Okay, now we're going to see the pride and joy of the Copper Queens, Dirty Terry with Cookie Cutter. There goes the pack, and here come your jammers. A little bit of a knockdown there in the pack, but here comes Dirty Terry, and oh, Ginger Vicious goes down. And she's back up. We got a little race back, and we got a lead jammer, and it's Cookie Cutter. Cookie Cutter is your lead jammer. Both jammers trying to catch up with the pack. Cookie Cutter does have the advantage because she is able to call off this jam if necessary. And there goes Dirty Terry. And she's through, and she calls it off. All right, now we've got Cheap Ore for the Copper Queens, Miss Nasty for the Bruisers. And a little And there goes your pack. And here come the jammers. Cheap Ore making her way through the outside. She might have it here. And she's through. And she's got the lead jam. Cheap Ore with the lead jam here. Ms. Nashty trying to make her way through there. Cheap Ore goes down in turn 4 and she calls the jam. All right. Ginger Vicious for the Bruisers. And was it Bali Molly for the Copper Queens? There goes your pack. Here comes the jammers. Blue Molly, that is. Ginger Vicious out in front. And Ginger Vicious getting a little bit of a whip there, trying to make her way through the inside. But here comes Blue Molly, also trying to make her way through. Everybody's stuck in this pack. Ginger Vicious getting another whip. And is she through? Nice little run-in with Dirty Terry there right in front of me. And Ginger Vicious is back in the jam. It's way too much fun here. Look out, because Ginger Vicious going down in front of me again. All right, here we go. I don't think neither skater has broken the pack, and a nice little collision there. This is a very close game, 23 minutes and change left, and Blue Molly finally breaks the pack. She's not the lead jammer. Blue Molly has broken. The pack's trying to get themselves ready. Oh, Ginger Vicious just sneaks right by Dirty Terry and gets a lead jam. Ginger Vicious is your lead jam. The team, they're trying to tell her to call it off, and she does. And it's Ginger Vicious. Helen Wheels and Ferocious Oxide. There goes your pack. Here come your jammers. 22 minutes and change left. It is 11-9 in favor of the Copper Queens. Here comes Helen Wheels on the outside. Ferocious taking the inside. Wow! Here comes, look out for Helen Wheels. But we've got a lead jammer. And it's Ferocious Oxide.
Way to go! Get up there!
And Helen Wheels has also broken the pack. And here comes Ferocious Oxide through the inside, trying to make her way through. And she calls! Cookie Cutter jamming for the Bruisers, Cheap Ore for the Copper Queens. And getting ready. There goes the jammer. There goes the pack, and here comes your jammers. It's 13-10 in favor of Tucson. Here comes Cheap Ore on the outside. Cheap Ore looking good, but way on the outside. But look out, here comes Cookie Cutter. And she's through, and we have a Bruiser lead jam. Cookie Cutter. Cookie Cutter with the lead jam. All right. Cheap Ore doing her best to try to make it through. She's really being challenged, and she's down Cookie Cutter, and she calls the jam. And that's Cookie Cutter. Solo jammer, and that's Hey Boom for the Copper Queens. Hey Boom. Getting ready to come on the outside. Hey Boom on the outside, and here she comes. Getting a little resistance by Michi-chan, now ready to take on Helen Wheels. And Helen Wheels really working her out, and she's through, but she's not the lead jammer. It's Hey Boom. Here he comes. Here comes Hey Boom on the outside, and oh! That's not good. And look out, because here comes Cookie Cutter. I love it. Cookie Cutter trying to make her way through the pack. And we have a penalty on, and that's a jam. We have a penalty on the Copper Queens and the jam. Dixie Axe for the Copper Queens. Ms. Nasty for the Bruisers. Almost had a little false start there, but here come your jammers. Ms. Nasty and Pixie Axe both deciding to take the outside. Cheap Ore giving Ms. Nasty a little run for her money there, but here comes Pixie Axe trying to make her way through. Copper Queens are ahead by 6, but here comes Ms. Nasty, and she's your lead jammer. Ms. Nasty is your lead jammer. The Bruisers need a couple good high-scoring jams here. They are down by 6.
Need some help! Help your jammer, Queens!
Here comes Ms. Nasty again. A little whip by Redhead Revolver, but Dirty Terry giving her some resistance there, and the jam is called. Are we supposed to be stopping the clock between each jam? That's weird. Seems like we're stopping the clock between each jam. All right, here come. What do we got here? We've got, looks like Cookie. No. Oh, Mink stole. Little collision there. But there's Cheap Ore, and Cheap Ore is your lead jammer. Cookie Cutter trying to make her way through. A little resistance by Ferocious Oxide, but she breaks the pack. Both jammers are in scoring position. Kaboom coming down. Look out. Here comes Cheap Ore for 4. Cheap Ore is through. 4 points so far. Looking for Cookie Cutter. Lavender Pit taking a little fall there. And she's through with another 4, and she calls the jam. 8-point jam for Cheap Ore. Now that's what I call derby. There it goes. Oh man, I tell ya. I know, I saw that and I was wondering who was calling all these timeouts. Little scoreboard issue there. They keep stopping the clock. We have no lead jammer. All right, here we go. Look out. And, oh, nice. Chi-Chi-Roni involved in a good one there. Helen Wheels. Through. And that's Helen Wheels. Dirty Terry is through. With 4. Copper Queens have this way of breaking the pack like it's Swiss cheese. We have no lead jammer. So this jam is going to go all the way. And that's a jam. Okay. Cheap Ore and Miss Nasty. Now we have a timeout. No, maybe not. What's happening? Solo jammer, and it's Cheap Ore. And here goes your jammer. Copper Queen's getting the penalty there. But here comes, oh! Pixie X going down there. Cheap Ore still trying to make her way through. Nice move by Redhead Revolver there. And we have a lead jammer. And it's Cheap Ore. All right. And that's Cheap Ore. Cheap Ore getting a little resistance there, but she's coming in on the outside. Here comes Cheap Ore, ready to take on TNT, and she gets by TNT and Redhead Revolver. She gets 2 for that one. And that's your jam. And that's Cheap Ore. Ms. Nasty and Blue Molly. Ms. Nasty for the Bruisers, Blue Molly for the Copper Queens. Copper Queens ahead by 7. 12 minutes remaining in the first period. 34-27. Ms. Nasty starting with a little bit of a lead and getting ready to take the outside. Nope, she's getting ready to take the inside. Here she comes. Ms. Nasty trying to find a hole, and I think she almost found it there, but Dirty Terry ruined her day a little bit there. But look out for Blue Molly. Blue Molly trying to make her way through. And Blue Molly still at it, but here comes Ms. Nasty. And we have a lead jammer. And it's Ms. Nasty. And Blue Molly is through. But here comes Ms. Nasty out for some points. Look out. Look out, because here comes Ms. Nasty on the outs. And she calls off the jam. Helen Wheels and Cheap Ore are the jammers. And here we go. There goes your pack. And here come your jammers. Here come your jammers. And that's Helen Wheels. Trying to make her way through, getting a little push by her redhead revolver there, her pivot, and she's through. And we've got a lead jammer, and it's the Bruisers. And that's Helen Wheels. This is a very close bout, a very close scrimmage. 4 points separate these teams. Here comes Cheap Ore. Nice little opening there made for Cheap Ore. She's through, she's broken. But Helen Wheels is still your lead jammer, and she can call this off anytime. Oh, nice try there by Redhead Revolver. Dirty Terry goes in there and ruins her day. And she calls the jam. And that's Helen Wheels. Cookie Cutter and Kaboom. This is a very close bout. Scrimmage, whatever. Only 2 points separate these teams right now. We have a timeout. And there go your jammers, K-Boom and Cookie Cutter. K-Boom a little bit out in front, trying to take it from the outside, but look out, here comes Cookie Cutter. Cookie Cutter, definitely with the advantage. No, and there goes Cookie Cutter. And there goes Dirty Terry. Dirty Terry takes the fall there. And we're looking for Cookie Cutter and K-Boom. Cookie Cutter through Ferocious Oxide, and she's through, and she's got a lead jammer. We have a lead jammer, and it's Cookie Cutter. Cookie Cutter is your lead jammer. Meanwhile, K-Boom still waiting to break. Getting, some resistance there, and there she's through. K-Boom has broken, but Cookie Cutter is your lead jammer. And she calls the jam. And that's Cookie Cutter. And for the first time, we have a Bruiser lead. 36-34. Bruisers finally out ahead. And who better than Ms. Nasty to put in there for a lead change? Nice hit by Redhead Revolver. Nice hit. But here comes, she's getting a little resistance from Blue Molly and Ferocious Oxide, but she is through. And we have a lead jammer, and it's Ms. Nashty. Ms. Nashty through with the lead jam. Pixie Axe is also broken. But right now, it is all about Ms. Nashty. And she calls the jam. Bad Betty and Cheap Ore. 5 minutes remaining in the first half, 40-34. Bad Betty with the running start. Ready to take on Cheap Ore. But here comes Bad Betty. Getting a little resistance there from K-Boom. Bad Betty trying to make her way through a very aggressive pack, but we have Cheap Ore is through, but she's not the lead jammer. Bad Betty can still get this one. Oh! Ouch. And that's your 3-3, Bad Betty. Doing good and taking the fall. And Cheap Ore is already through for some points. Meanwhile, we're still waiting for Bad Betty, who's losing her jammer panty here to break. And Bad Betty is through. We have no lead jammer. This jam's going to go for 2. And another 4 for Cheap Ore. This is the break that the Copper Queens needed. Bad Betty looks like she's kind of taking it slow. Hopefully she's not tiring out. Here's gonna let this jam right out for 2. And here comes Cheap Ore through again. Can she beat the jam clock? And that's Cheap Ore. 10-point jam for Cheap Ore. And it looks like we have K-Boom, who'll be jamming solo for the Copper Queens. Copper Queens back up, 44-40. 2 minutes remaining in the first period. Actually, in the first half. Here comes K-Boom, getting a little assist by Pixie Axe. But she's got TNT at a face. Mink Stole giving her a little bit of a resistance there. Really giving her resistance there by Mink Stole. All right, Mink Stole warning the rest of the pack that she's ready to get through, and she's gonna get by TNT. TNT is not gonna let her through. And TNT lets her through, but no lead jam. She's through, but there is no lead jam. Here comes Helen Wheels. Here comes Helen Wheels. 1 minute left in the jam. Mink Stole goes down, but she's right back up again. Here comes Helen Wheels. Helen Wheels is through, and she is your lead jammer. We have a lead jammer. We have 43 seconds left in the period. Here comes Helen Wheels, getting a nice little whip there by Mink Stoll. Helen Wheels trying to make her way through. And that's a jam. And if they can set up, we'll have one more jam. Otherwise, that'll be the period. And this is about to end with a 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's the period.
From the mind of the Michi FM plays whatever Michi wants. Slightly off the deep end. MichiFM.com.
Okay, people, are we doing a 20-minute second period here? I guess so. Well, then I might be able to use everything in this card. And there goes Chichi-Roni! There's Helen Wheels. But Cheap Ore is your lead jammer. Cheap Ore calls it off. There goes your pack. And here come your jammers, Dirty Terry and Cookie Cutter. Dirty Terry out in front and running to try to get through this pack. But Cookie Cutter's not that too much far behind her, but Dirty Terry is through and she is your lead jammer. Something about those Tucson girls, they know how to find the Swiss cheese in the pack. Cookie Cutter still trying to manage to get her way through. And here comes Dirty Terry. Dirty Terry is through. Cookie Cutter breaks the pack, but here comes Dirty Terry. Little fall there for Terry. But I think she's gonna... Here comes Dirty Terry. And Dirty Terry is through. And that's a jam. And Cheap Ore. And Cheap Ore is through, and she is your lead jammer. We have a lead jammer, and it's Cheap Ore. Ms. Nasty breaks, but Cheap Ore is your lead jammer. Look out, here comes Ms. Nasty. Mids. And Cheap Ore is through. And she calls a jam. Ferocious Oxide. Here goes your pack, and here come your jammers. Bad Betty and Ferocious Oxide. Ferocious Oxide taking a little bit of a lead. Michi-chan falling down in the infield, but Ferocious Oxide getting brick-walled by Mink Stoll. But here comes Bad Betty. Now he's got to make it through Dirty Terry. Dirty Terry doing a good job warding her off. But look out for Bad Betty. And Ferocious Oxide is through, but she is not the lead jammer. Bad Betty still trying to make her way through. Bad Betty having a lot of fun out there. Dirty Terry, wow! Nice hit by Dirty Terry. Nice hit by Dirty Terry. Nice hit. Dirty Terry really working on Bad Betty. I mean, really working. Really working. Here comes Bad Betty. Taking a little bit of a slow approach. Michi-chan going down, and that's a jam. All right, now we've got Helen Wheels and Hey Boom. 59:45, Copper Queen's up. 12 minutes and change remaining in this abbreviated second half. And somebody's helmet panty went flying there. Oops. All right, here we go. Helen Wheels trying to make her way through on the inside. Helen Wheels. We have a lead jammer, and it's Helen Wheels. Helen Wheels is your lead jammer for the Bruisers. With a 14-point margin here, the Bruisers need all the help they can get. Helen working off a TNT as she gets through, and she calls a jam. She gets 4. And that's Helen Wheels. Okay, we are down to a 10-point margin here. Cheap Ore and Cookie Cutter. There goes your pack. And here come the jammers. As darkness falls across the land here, Cheap Ore working her way past Bad Betty, getting through Ferocious. Didn't need the assist for Ferocious Oxide. Found the hole in the pack, and she's got the lead jam. It's Cheap Ore. Meanwhile, Cookie Cutter still trying to make her way through. Cookie Cutter. Cookie Cutter getting a little resistance there from Blue Molly, and she's through. So both jammers have broken. But Cheap Ore is your lead jammer. And she's through! And Cheap Ore is through with 4. Here comes, and that's the jam. That's 4 Copper Queen points right there. Ms. Nashty in there going against Pixie Axe. 10 minutes remaining in this scrimmage. All right, here we go. There goes your pack. And here come your jammers. Pixie Axe on the outside. Ms. Nasty still leading on the inside. Getting a little ride by Nacho Girlfriend there. Oh, what a nice jump by Miss Nasty. And a great whip by Helen Wheels, and Miss Nasty is your lead jammer. We have a lead jammer, and there goes Pixie Axe down right in front of me. Still trying to break the pack is Pixie Axe, but here comes Ms. Nasty, ready for some points. Ms. Nasty coming through the outside, a little too far out. There she goes. I think she... All right. Ms. Nasty. Ms. Nasty is through. And they're giving her 4. The Bruisers need all the help they can get right now. And Pickaxe is down, and she's making her way back up. But look out, because here comes Ms. Nasty. Ms. Nasty wants more. Oh, Ms. Nasty. She calls it. And that was Ms. Nasty. All right, here's a good combination. Ginger Vicious and Cheap Ore. There goes your pack. And here come your jammers. Cheap Ore trying to point out something there. But here comes Ginger Vicious on the inside. Cheap Ore taking the outside. Ginger Vicious trying to make her way through. Cheap Ore contemplating, and Cheap Ore makes her move. And Cheap Ore is through, and she's your lead jammer. We have a lead jammer, and it's Cheap Ore. Ginger Vicious still right in the rear, trying to find a way through. But that last jam really helped, because it's now 59-63. We got a 4-point game going here. Ginger Vicious down in the back of the pack. And Cheap Ore is going to call it. We got Helen Wheels and Shaboom, Kaboom. Some kind of boom. Here we go. Helen Wheels on the outside. A little resistance there from Blue Molly. And Mink Stoll doing a great job doing a great pivot job there. The Mink Stoll, and she's through, but she's not a lead jammer. Here comes Raboom, and she is your lead jammer. And that's a jam. She called it. All right, what do we got here? We've got Cheap Ore and Cookie Cutter. Cheap Ore and Cookie Cutter. A lot of pack positioning going on here as the lights come on over Casey's. We're looking at the back of the pack right now as both Cookie Cutter and Cheap Ore try to make their way through. Cheap Ore has a little bit of an advantage. Cheap Ore has found the hole, and she is through, and she's got the lead jam. We have a lead jam, and it's Cheap Ore. And she calls it. She calls it. Local team here, but there's just something about Dirty Terry and Cheap Ore that just, make me excited. All right, here comes Helen Wheels and Dirty Terry. Dirty Terry getting a little knock there, but Helen Wheels is through with a nice little final whip by Ms. Nasty. She's through, but she does not have the lead jam. And there comes Dirty Terry right in my face. But look out for Helen Wheels. Dirty Terry is out. So it's all about Helen Wheels. And she definitely needs this jam. She definitely needs this one. This is gonna get nasty now. Balloon Molly and Pixie Axe giving her a little bit of a hard time there, but she's gonna make her way through. Another whip by Miss Nasty. Ferocious Oxide and Blue Molly just giving her a really hard time trying to get her through. And we got another penalty. We've got another Copper Queen penalty. Helen Wheels has a major advantage right now. This is the break that the Bruisers have been looking for. So here we go again for another round through. It's Helen Wheels. And back in from a penalty, it's Chi-Chi Roney. Here she comes through, trying to take advantage of this. And Helen Wheels is through. Dirty Terry back from her penalty. And that's the jam. Let's see how much damage was done on that one. We got the final jam here coming up now. And it's 68-66. The Bruisers are ahead. Bruisers are ahead by 2. This is going to be a nail-biting finish. We got Cheap Ore and Bad Betty. This is anybody's scrimmage. This is anybody's scrimmage. All right. Here comes Bad Betty on the outside. Cheap Ore taking the inside. Bad Betty. Oh, knock to the face. Oh, bad. That was not good. But we still don't have any. No one has broken through. And we have a lead jammer, and the lead jammer is Cheap Ore. Bad Betty took a really hard blow to the face there by Redhead Revolver. This is a nail biter, folks. This is what Derby's all about. Cheap Ore getting knocked by Cookie Cutter, and she calls a jam.
She only got 1 point. She get 2? It's tied.
What do we got? What's the damage? We got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is a tie, folks. We are tied. We are tied. Oh my God. Oh my God, what a... This is a tie, folks. Oh my God.
Good job, you guys.
Tie ball game.
So, how do you like it? How was that? I mean,
Bruisers rock, baby.
Yeah.
Copper Queens are the bomb.
yeah, so anyway.
Awesome game.
Want to talk about the Bruisers?
Lots ahead for the Bruisers. Albuquerque, February 17th, to be determined location. Stay tuned.
Now, to coin a phrase that I used in Derby Dames last year, now that's what I'm talking about. If this is what 2008 Derby's going to be like, God damn it, it's going to be fun!
On the next episode of Michi-chan's Raw Derby, it's my holiday surprise for Derby lovers everywhere. One of the most intense bouts I ever recorded. Let's shake the box to hear what may be inside.
Cars are flying, helmets are flying, it's raining sports equipment here.
The come back Thursday morning, December 18th, to the Michi-chan Sports YouTube channel and Facebook page to find out exactly what it is, and then join us at 7:30 p.m. Arizona time for the premiere of the season finale of Michi-chan's Raw Derby. Derby love!